This is the vision that has ignited cricket's latest controversy. Sachin Tendulkar shown running his fingers along the seam of the ball on day 3 of the second test against South Africa. It was enough to convince match referee Mike Dennis that Tendulkar was guilty of ball tampering. The result, a suspended one-test ban and the loss of 75% of his match fee.
Just looking at the Tendulkar footage, though, I cannot believe, I saw Ravi Shastri standing up there, I heard boycott. I cannot believe that anyone who sees that footage could possibly defend him.
Well, I think also in that, he's had about 3 cracks at it. He's got basically right around the ball. Now, you know, occasionally you might build a defence that, you know, I was cleaning the seam. With the pressure on his fingernail, the way he was rolling that ball around, he can't be cleaning the seam.
Normally when you clean the seam, you look at it. You've got to see where the dirt is. I mean, he's running his nail. One of the excuses they tell me is that they say he's got no nails. Well, he may not have, he had enough there to be trying to lift the seam. The other thing about that was, of course, he was the only one to swing it. Jacques Kallis does swing the ball a bit. He didn't swing it at all. Tendulkar did. Perhaps he was just having a good day as far as that's concerned. Guilty as can be of manipulating the ball, in my view. And therefore, I think Dennis is totally justified.
Look that concerned about that, but he might well look a bit concerned when TV replays are shown to him of him getting his teeth into a knotty problem. What on earth was he doing here? Well, I mean, Shahid, do you constantly want to shoot yourself in the foot, or what?
It's just absolute stupidity. It can't be expressed. Look, I mean, look, there's 27 cameras at the ground. He's biting it like it's an apple. I mean, if you're hungry, go and get some food from the canteen. Don't look, what is he doing? That's just stupidity. He continues to court controversy. You know, he's had accusations of all sorts thrown at him in the past, and yet again he's done an act of absolute sheer stupidity, and I hope he pays for it properly.
The ordinary thing about that Afridi incident was just before that we were saying, you know, this is a very impressive application for the job as Pakistan captain by Shahid Afridi. He's really got the guys going and galvanised, and then he does this. Just from a cricketing point of view, what's he actually trying to do?
Well, he's got to be there. He's got to be trying to alter the face of the ball. Has to be. There's no other way you can describe it. It's not like he's not biting a piece of mud out of the ball or anything, or trying to get. He's gouging the ball with his teeth, and it's as simple as that. It's ridiculous.
Morning coffee came with controversy in Cape Town. South Africa still digesting England's alleged attempts to alter the state of the ball to their advantage during yesterday's play. The ICC studied video evidence, including Stuart Broad stepping on the ball and Jimmy Anderson handling it here, and they exonerated England. Altering the ball can create reverse swing, a real weapon for bowlers. And this evening, one South African player raised doubts again over England's behaviour.
There should be a formal complaint, because the ball did reverse after that, and there was obviously quite clearly a piece of the leather off the ball after he stepped on the ball, and it's not the first time it happened, so a little bit naughty.
Well, you make up your own mind. The issue there is that zip. That's the problem.
Hello, Patrick.
It's interesting. 4 for 232. Well, umpire Cowie's got hold of the ball. I don't think it's for any other reason than to toss it to the bowler.
Just some of the things that happened to it. This is, well, sometimes people use deodorant, sometimes they try to get the leather off the ball.
Well, there it is. That's now. Oh, that is. That I don't think is acceptable. In fact, I'm absolutely certain that's not acceptable.
Well, it's the, yeah, just having a little pick of the seam there too, Umar Gul. Just with that right thumb, just having a little pick of the seam. It's good effort if you can hide it away. Well done.
Oh, it was like a magician where you get the attention on something else, which is his other thumb, but you're doing the job with the one they're not looking at.
So he's hiding the ball with the left hand, but it's the right thumb that you want a little look at here. I'm just moving slowly across the seam of the ball. Yeah, good stuff, like it.
That's a skill in itself too, Dooley.
The skipper, well, he's hoping that the Aladdin lamp treatment is working here.
In 1994, another England captain was in trouble, Mike Atherton.
During the session between lunch and tea here at Lord's, there was a most unusual occurrence involving the England captain, Michael Atherton. BBC pictures showed various happenings, various things being done to the ball, and at the conclusion of the game, the match referee, Peter Burge, instituted an inquiry, and this is the statement he then read, and this involves Michael Atherton and the ball. The match referee has investigated under 4A of ICC procedures unfamiliar action taken by the England captain when handling the ball during the afternoon session. Consultation with the umpires and inspection of the ball confirmed that there was nothing untoward.
Victory. Vision has emerged of South African captain Faf du Plessis shining up the ball with a lolly clearly in his mouth. It brings back some memories of that controversial tactic that supposedly allowed the English to swing the ball so dramatically in 2005. Marcus Trescothick has admitted he used mints to help keep the shine on the ball during that series.
When the ball was changed here at Lord's 2 years ago now, whatever it was, a lot of the problem there was the fact that no one was prepared to admit why the ball had been changed. We had to make educated guesses, and by and large those educated guesses were absolutely right because of the circumstances. But because no one actually admitted that, then a lot of money was wasted taking cases to court. How much money gets spent there? Immense amounts of money. And where does that money go? It goes into lawyers' pockets. That's a complete waste of the system and a waste of money. Now, had we had Lords prepared to admit, the authorities in general prepared to admit that something had happened under that regulation, the ball had been changed, and therefore the Pakistanis had been slapped on the hands as naughty boys, okay, we could accept the situation. We wouldn't have had to victimise anyone. We wouldn't have had to accuse anyone or suggest accusations to anyone.
It's extraordinary to me that they haven't taken advantage of looking at the tapes, the footage put together by Chris Cowdrey, the huge amount of evidence that came out in that court case, the most dramatic of which was surely Don Oslier standing in the witness box and saying the ball was changed under law 42.5. Everyone in the world knows that covers changing the condition of the ball, and that means somebody damaged it, maybe one player, maybe more than one player. I don't know why they don't take advantage of looking at that film footage and clear up this whole issue.
Oh, steady on. The evidence that was given in court under oath strongly points to everything that's been suggested being pretty true. I don't know if I can say that legally, but I have done now. And so you get on and you solve the problem. You don't sweep it under the carpet, you solve it.
It would be good for everybody if it was just sorted out, and that would be to get Derek Murray's report and say, now we'll tell you, that afternoon the ball was changed because somebody cheated. Don't just continue covering it up.
The leadership group knew about it. We spoke about it at lunch, and I'm not proud of what's happened. You know, it's not within the spirit of the game. My integrity, the team's integrity, the leadership group's integrity has come into question, and rightfully so. It's not on. It's certainly not on, and it won't happen again. I can promise you that under my leadership. No, the coaches weren't involved. It was purely the players and the leadership group that came up with this, and as I said, it's not on, and I can promise you it won't happen again. No, I won't be considering stepping down. I still think I'm the right person for the job. Obviously today was a big mistake on my behalf and on the leadership group's behalf as well. I take responsibility as the captain. I need to take control of the ship, but you know, this is certainly something I'm not proud of. It's something that I can hope learn from and come back strong from. As I said, I am embarrassed to be sitting here and talking about this. You know, we're in the middle of such a great series, and for something like this to sort of overshadow the great cricket that's being played and not have a single cricket question in here, you know, that's not what I'm about and not what the team's about, and you know, we'll move past this. It's a big error in judgment, but we'll learn from it and move past it.